Section 1, Video 5. This question is a little bit different because we have binomials in the denominator. So when we have that, we want to make sure that we simplify our fractions as much as possible, and that's done by factoring the denominators if possible. So if you notice, we have an x minus 6 in the first fraction, and then we have x squared minus 6a in the next two. I notice that I can factor an a out, and I get a minus 6, and I can do that for each one. And what that does is it tells us that we have two pieces in the denominator. So our common denominator, when written this way, says that we need an a and we need an a minus 6 because an a minus 6 is its own piece, separate from a. This also tells us that a cannot be a 0 because of that one, because 0 times whatever that would be 0. And also, it cannot be a positive 6, because if I plug in a positive 6, I get 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 times anything is 0. So these are my excluded values. Hopefully when I get done solving, it's not going to be one of those. But notice now that if you look at it this way, all the fractions have what they need except for the first one. That one needs another a. So once I've done that, I can get rid of my denominators, and I have a times 1 is a, plus 6 equals 1. So a is equal to a negative 5. So even if it's a binomial, it's considered one thing. So we have to consider it one thing. And these denominators, the common denominator in this case, needed the a, which is one thing, and the a minus 6, which is the other. So a little bit more interesting when we have binomials. And this ends Section 1, Video 5.